I'm CelloKat. I am so excited because I have this brand new instrument and I want to do an unboxing video and also a review. We'll do like the setup. We'll talk about how it sounds. I'm gonna hook it up to some pedals. It is an electric cello. It is from Glarry, which is glarrymusic.com or Glarry Inc. on Instagram. So thank you so much, Glarry, for sending this to me. I'm just so excited to put it all together. I've never played on an instrument that looks like this one, looking at the website and what they've sent. Like, it's totally new to me. I don't know what it's gonna sound like. I don't know anything. So let's do it together. Ooh, big reveal. Okay, so it is not put together. It has come with Glarry, glarrymusic.com, little catalog products for Music Dream. Comes with a pair of headphones so that I'm assuming so that you can listen to it while you practice, so it's silent. Here is a cable. It is a 1/4 inch to 1/8 inch cable with a right angle on the 1/8 inch. Cello adjustment instructions. This shows you how to put together, how to put on the bridge. This does look like it is for an acoustic cello, but it should mostly be all of the same stuff. So that is helpful if you need that as well. So, oh, it did come with a bow. I was curious if it would come with a bow or not. Interesting. The metal wrapping is actually plastic. Yeah, sometimes the bows that come with these cellos are a little dubious. So here is the case. It looks like it's just like a standard soft case. So this is specifically made for this electric instrument, which is cool. I wasn't sure that would be the case. And then here is the instrument. Okay, it looks like I'm a little bit concerned about the pickup that's gonna go under the bridge is like sticking out. There's a piece of cardboard here protecting the tailpiece from the front. We have some rosin. This is pretty cheap rosin, but you know, a lot of times you just get that stuff with these instruments and they expect you to go buy whatever you prefer. And here is a bridge. So I'm filming 2 different directions at the same time. It does have grooves already put in for all the strings, which is nice. And here is the cello itself. It is pretty heavy for an electric. Though the electric I usually play on is smaller, and you know, it's just the fingerboard basically doesn't have any body. This is the cello. And we're gonna need to put it together. Looks like there's one other cable that fell out. This is an extender for 1/8 inch. All right, so the first thing we need to do, the strings are already wound, which is really great. Thank you, Glarry, for winding the strings up, putting them on. But what I'm gonna do is, see, they're tight and the strings are down here. We need them to come up and around. So we're gonna loosen the pegs a little. Of course, they're loosened all the way. When you loosen them a little, it's okay. Let's fix that in a little bit. So this is gonna come up over. Now the tailpiece come up, we can get rid of this. With bridges, typically the curved side goes towards the fingerboard. So there's like a curved side and a flat side. And the curved side is gonna go towards your playing. If that's how I remember anyway. So I'm gonna put this on the pickup. That, again, it was kind of coming out, so I hope that's not gonna affect the sound at all. And I'm gonna put the strings right in the grooves. It does look like the tailpiece did still scratch the front of this, even with that piece of cardboard in there. There is some cosmetic damage. I'm gonna kind of tighten these a bit. Now I want to just make sure that bridge stays straight up and down as I tighten the tension on these strings. Just kind of checking the angle of the bridge as I tighten. When you're tuning pegs, you want to twist and push in while you're tuning. Okay, we have it all tuned. Here's the cello. You can see it all of the ways. I like this kind of crossbar, it's kind of cool. It looks like it comes out, actually. Yeah, so this is gonna come out and it's gonna kind of be the support. You can see that hinge, and then when you want to pack it up, you just put it down. This is the onboard electronics in the back. It looks like there is volume knob, tone knob, there is a line out mic, headphone jack, an on and off switch, and then it takes batteries. So it takes a 9-volt. It did not come with the 9-volt battery, which is fine. But if you're buying this for a gift or for someone that they're gonna wanna get it out and play it immediately, you're gonna wanna include this or have it ready. Okay, we're gonna check the tuning one more time, because it's gonna take a minute for these strings to stretch out. One thing I'm already loving about this cello is just knowing that it's at a cheaper price point and that sometimes certain pieces of it may not be as well made as, you know, something a little bit more expensive. This feels really sturdy. One of the easiest upgrades you can do to these cellos is to get better strings. And I really highly recommend the Helicore series. They like instantly upgrade your instrument. So I had an instrument, I started electric cello on an instrument at an exact same price point as this one. It was a little bit different in design and a different brand. This is already like heads and tails better than the one I started on. So I wish that I'd had this one because it's already so much sturdier. We'll see how it sounds. But just from how I'm able to hold it and the way that it's tuning, it's already staying in tune a lot better. The strings are way less floppy. They feel a lot more grounded and secured. Like you're gonna have a much better playing foundation on this cello than some of the other designs that I've seen. And I really feel confident, and maybe I can make another video about this, but I feel really confident that a better set of strings is gonna work. Let's plug it in. Okay, so if you know me, I like to play electric cello standing up. So we're gonna see if it passes the stand up test. It will not, because that looks like that's as high as the M pin's gonna go. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need it higher. I'll just play really short. Here is the bow that it came with. And it needs rosin. The rosin I like to use for my electric cello is Yumba rosin. It is from Argentina. They're a really cool rosin company, and they make electric and acoustic rosins, and this is their electric cello rosin. So we'll see how well this goes on this bow. Sometimes these cheaper bows have a harder time grabbing onto the rosin, and it takes a really long time to rosin them. It's not really sticking, but let's see if it makes a difference. See, it doesn't hardly make any sound. So I would say that you be prepared to buy another bow. I'm gonna pop over to the bow that I use for my electric cello. This is a carbon fiber core Pernambuco wrapped bow. So it's got carbon fiber in the middle, which makes it a little bit more hefty and strong. So I can do like lots of coleño stuff, and I'm not worried about hurting it. And it's just really tough, which I really like. So you can immediately tell the difference. What was that sound? I don't know what's causing that sound. Can you hear that string changes tune, intonation, as I draw across it? These are actually not the worst strings. So this is going through some curated effects that I use on my cello, so it's gonna instantly sound better. I'll show you what it sounds like without any effects at the end. The fact that it sounds this good through these effects is great. And then if you added some better strings, you might not get that mooiness, is what I call it. You hear that moo. Let's hear some other effects on it then. It's not staying completely in tune, and I'm not gonna just try to tune it every 5 seconds. All right, let's see. Much better. We're getting some popping. right when I put... That sounds much better. Moving still there a little bit, but... Sorry, it's a little out of tune. Okay, so now let's hear. This is kind of an 8-bit sound that I tried to make for a cover. Should we try some wah? Okay, sorry, that was just fun. So there's different modifications you can make to these cellos that make them much more playable because it's not an acoustic instrument. You can do so much to these to make them sound good, which is why they're so cool, because you can get them so affordably and you can do really awesome stuff. So I really think, you know, if you want to start an electric cello journey, like, this is a good place to start for sure. This cello specifically is going to be really great for sitting down playing because you already have the pieces of the instrument that you would need to be able to play sitting. Standing would be much harder, especially if you're a tall person. I'm not a tall person, and this is not tall enough for me. But you can get things to put. I only need maybe 4 inches. But it has a limited end pin, which is the problem because it only probably can go up so high. They probably didn't create space in here for a full-size end pin. Again, I'm just explaining the instrument to you so that you know what you're getting into. Okay, let's hear another. This is a super distorted sound. That's the guitar solo for Living on a Prayer. Okay, so we're wrapping up the end of this review. I say, so this is an amazing instrument for the price, for the value. I think Glarry has done a great job putting together, like, again, I had an instrument that I bought probably 8 years ago off of Amazon, similar price point, and it was maybe 40% the instrument that this is. There is a lot of tech this is going through that's making it sound better. I'll be honest with you. So stay to the end and you'll hear how it sounds by itself. But that's the point of electric instruments. If you're going to buy an electric instrument and you're not going to affect and you're not going to change the tone, why? Why do it? In my opinion, that's the point. It's like buying a fancy camera and not learning how to use the settings. So you should just use an iPhone, just get an acoustic, it will be better. So if you want a very basic entry-level electric, this is a good option, honestly. I would upgrade the strings and I would make sure that you get some cool pedals and you start messing with the tone and you start messing with the sound. And then it's the opportunities are limitless and it's awesome. I don't know what this is going to sound like on really, really loud stages. I don't know. There's some things that, like, if you're playing really big shows or really loud bars, I don't know all of that information, and that might play a role in how it sounds. So those are all things you're going to have to discover for yourself. But let's hear what it sounds like by itself with no effects. All right, for our final wrap up, this is the cello without any effects, any filters, anything going on. Again, it's not in tune perfectly. I think with, like I said, any electric, you're going to want to run it through some fun things. But I really honestly, like, I'm pleasantly surprised at how great this instrument is. I would recommend it to a beginner or someone wanting to try stuff out, because that's what I did when I wanted to get into this. Getting into an expensive electric right out the gate, it's a commitment. And when you get into an acoustic, yes, there is a price point you want to hit, really to be effective. But electric is different. And I think this honestly checks a lot of the boxes for me. Would I play on it at a gig now? Probably not. Would I use it for a video? Absolutely. Would I have fun with it? Absolutely. If I was starting, would I be happy with this? Would I have stayed in this longer? Probably. I would have probably played this for another year before I felt the need to upgrade. And so I would have upgraded other things before feeling the need. But you will need a new bow. You will need a better bow. The bow it comes with is not going to cut it. So if you are going to order this cello from Glarry, I don't know the exact price point. It's a couple $100s. I'll put the links in all the descriptions. But you'll want to get a new bow. And I honestly would really highly encourage you to get the helicore strings. I'll put the link below as well. But these strings are actually not so bad from just an initial impression. The peg box seems secure enough. Now, I know that sometimes the consistency of that between instrument to like actual physical instrument can change. So you'll have to figure that out. If you feel like the pegs are constantly slipping, if you try to upgrade your strings, then maybe you need to go to a lower tension string. But I love this. I will leave all the effects that I'm using in the description below. And thank you so much, Glarry, for sending me this instrument. I'm gonna have so much fun playing with it. I'm definitely gonna be using it for some videos, and it looks awesome. And the setup is actually really good. It was really easy to put together, and I just really appreciate it. So thanks to you so much. I'm CelloKat. I play electric cello, and I want you to play electric cello too. So please reach out with any questions. I am so happy to help anyone on this journey because it's changed my life, and I think it's absolutely the most fun thing ever. So have a good one, and let's play.